Hello, hello, hello! I hope the Void is doing well today. My fingers are all messed up. There we go. Now I can see you. Hello! I hope you're all doing well and having a wonderful evening or whatever time it is for you. Yeah, it's good to see you all. Right before stream, this is funny. So right before stream, Miri was being a little stinker, and she was just running around on my desk, and she wouldn't let me get set up for stream because she kept attacking my mice. She was just sitting right here, just attacking me while I was trying to get ready for stream, and I was like, well, we're gonna start late today, and that's fine. Hello, Void. Hello. I hope everyone's doing well. But yeah, she was being very silly. Yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well. And we're back with some, yeah, mischievous baby. A mischievous, spoiled baby. Yes, very much so. Yeah, so we're doing some more Vtuber creation today. I'm gonna be working on the same model I was working on last time. There's only been a few small changes since last time. I've not worked on it. I've worked on it a little bit. Into the thank you. It's the only thing I own that's this color. I don't own anything in this orange color, but I like it a lot. I think this is a brand of root beer, I think. I'm not completely sure. Yeah, it's very comfy cozy. And it's very cold here, so it's the time for comfy cozy outfits. What was I saying? I got distracted. Yeah, VTuber. I worked on a little bit after the stream because I just get fixated on stuff, so there's just a few things I just needed to fix, and then I opened the file up today right before stream, and that's a little while I was distracted and late is because I looked at it and went, it needs changes, it needs updated before I can go live. So it is a little bit changed, but you probably won't even notice because it's not big enough of a change to make a difference. But yeah, so we'll be working on that today. We'll probably get through quite a bit of it. I was thinking through stuff too, and I do plan on doing edge, some topology for the eyes and for the mouth. We'll probably work on the hood, the cape more today rather than the face, but I think I'll tackle the mouth a little bit today too. But before we get started, I'm gonna go ahead and just read the verse of the day because it's down there in the corner. Might as well read it, right? So you all know what it is. But yeah, I just read this because it's important to me and is a little nice reminder, a way to start the stream. So 1 Corinthians 15:57, but thanks be to God who gives us the victory through our Lord Jesus Christ. And yeah, God loves you very, very much. And if you're not quite sure what that means, if you don't know what it means that Jesus gave victory, then feel free to just message me, DM me. I'd be happy to talk more about it. But all you need to know is that this world is, well, broken, and God sent Jesus to make a way for us to be closer to him. But I would love to talk more about that too outside of stream too, if you have any questions and don't necessarily want to talk about that in stream. So yes, on to the artwork we go. Let's do it. Okay, so yeah, so you can see that not very much has changed. I changed around with the body proportions a little bit, as well as the face, but other than that, nothing too crazy new. But we're gonna be working on, I want to work on the cape a little bit more today, since we have a good handle on the face and the eyes. I also was messing around last time too and learned how to do some toon shading. It's very basic and not good, but I wanted to get colors in there to kind of see what stuff was gonna look like. And so this will be a good way for us to kind of like just kind of check and make sure everything is looking okay. Yeah, so let's go ahead and keep going, shall we? So I think I'm gonna start. So we have this. First off, I'm gonna do this. There we go. So now this is smooth like everything else, and there we go. So we started our first little. Oh, this does not need to be. Does not need to be sharps. Okay, there we go, fixed. So we started off with our loops. So we have a basic framework of this, but I really want to get what these shoulders look like. So if we look here, I'm gonna put this into wireframe mode. Here we go. I'll put this into wireframe mode because I want to be able to see what the shoulder wireframe looks like. And I also want to be able to match up with the hood wireframe too. So it's gonna be a little bit busy, but shouldn't be too bad. Okay. Let's see here. So we have, yeah, so I made it so it would match up here well with this frame, and then we have it looped around the shoulder right there, but we don't really need that loop because the arms are going to be just going. So I think I want to just make the shoulder pauldrons for now, and then we can kind of mess with the shape of everything and trying to get that to match the arms itself. Do I want to do, if I did this, what does that look like? Does that work well? That actually works pretty well. Okay, so we're gonna do that. So that way we're matching up against the mesh of the model, and we'll move things outside of the model later. Also, do let me know if the music is too loud or not, or if it's too soft. I am using, so what software programs you use for animations? So I actually use Blender for animations too. So if I'm doing 3D animations, I use Blender. So I use Blender for everything. It's a free open source software that is amazing, and I highly recommend it because Maya is a good program, but it's heckin' expensive. And if you're not a student anymore like me, you can't afford it because it's so expensive. So I use Blender for everything, including animation rigging, 3D modeling, just pretty much anything. Anything to do with my job, I use Blender. And it's a great program. For 2D animations, however, I use Adobe Fresco, actually, which does very basic animations, 2D animations really well. That and After Effects. After Effects is more for like puppetry animation, where Fresco is more for like frame by frame hand-drawn animation. Yeah, so yeah, those are the kind of things I use for 2D, but for 3D, I'm pretty much just always using this, which has so many tutorials and stuff out there. It's great. I highly recommend. And there's so many, like, it's just a great program. And the fact that it's free, even better. Even better. I learned Maya in school, but had to learn Blender for my job because my company doesn't pay for Maya because it's so expensive. And so when I started there as an intern, they were like, you need to learn Blender. And I was like, oh, well, okay. So I learned this whole program purely because of YouTube tutorials. That's pretty much all I learned from. And thankfully I had kind of like my degree, my background in 3D modeling. So it wasn't completely new to me, but after using this program for so long, I definitely am more comfortable with it than Maya. Like, it would take me, I haven't touched Maya in a long time, so it would take me some time to get reacquainted with that for sure. Okay, this is starting to get a little blended together. So I'm actually going to change what this looks like in the viewport because it's starting to get hard to see. So we're gonna actually change this to black itself. And so now we'll be able to see everything a little bit better. We might have to change this when we start working on the body again so we can see that wireframe. I think we can see pretty well. Actually, if we do that, that's a pretty okay. Yeah, that works. Okay. I was like, this is just getting a little hard to see, so we fixed. Yeah, there's a lot of good tools for Blender, which is nice. I don't have any of the fun tools, but I know they exist since it's an open source software. I like that so many more programs are becoming more and more open source. Like the democratization of like art is super neat. Because I haven't touched a Godot, but the game engine Godot is open source now, and so like people can make games in that engine for completely free. Blender is completely open source, and so like everyone has access to it, and it's just a donation thing. So I think it's really neat how the like gaming art community is kind of like becoming this place where more and more things can just get shared, and it's just, anyone can make anything, which is really neat, and you can just learn. Okay, so I have that matched up now pretty well with the shoulder, but that's not the right shape. So we're gonna go ahead and I think what I'm gonna do is match up this complete loop with the shoulder, and then we'll mess with the shape some more. That way we're just kind of like making sure that we cover all our bases. And eventually like this whole body, like part of it will get deleted, so it won't matter too much in matching up, but just for the sake of my like sanity of making sure things are just gonna like 100% match up, especially with the hood, I think this is the best way to go. Okay. Now let's fix all those bottom vertices. What's happening here? No, I just need to pull this out a little bit. There we go. Yay, okay. So that's good enough for now. So we have that loop done. So now I want to shape everything out to match the art that we have. So go into sculpt mode and just start moving stuff around again. So we have way more of a downwards curve and then an up. So actually I'm gonna bring this up. I'm so thankful that we did this separate from the body, so I don't have to worry about any of the body vertices, messing with that. So so we have that kind of starting here, and then it will come down like this. So it's interesting that we've drawn it, that I've drawn it, I've drawn it like this because it basically comes all the way down the arm pretty far. No, this kind of moves up a little bit more than what we have. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna have to do this with a little bit more of a hand because you can see that me moving those vertices around isn't working super well with the sculpt tool. So let's just try and like map out the shape best we can. And then we can smooth stuff out. So I basically drew it so it looked like this was coming down and then it would kind of stop where we've kind of cut the arm off, which is interesting. Which works out well for us because, I mean, that's where we're gonna cut the body anyway, so works out. We will be deleting the body though completely after we get the topology for the cape all correct, because I do not want to have clipping issues when we start rigging this, because that will be a nightmare. Okay, so we need to bring all of this down, so we're just going to take all of these vertices and just hold them down. Oops, it went through. Okay, can I just take these, please? Don't tell me it's okay. We're good. Whoop. And we're gonna just smooth out this too. Okay, that's a pretty good start. We'll keep moving things around and editing as we go. My only like concern is that I might get some weird stuff when it comes to rigging this, because I don't know how the loops are gonna go when the shoulders move. Because we won't have those like circular round loops. But I think it might be okay, especially if we just follow, like, if we just loop over like this and then have this kind of grid come down like that. I think we might be okay. We'll see. We'll have to experiment. I fully expect that this might require, like, multiple iterations and pass-throughs to try and get this model to look exactly the way I want it to, but that's part of it. I'm doing this for the first time of making a model. Like, I've made lots of humanoid models for animation, but first kind of time doing one that needs to follow mocap. So we'll see how this goes. Somehow I got messed up with my loops here. I don't quite know how I managed that. I just want to make sure things like number-wise are matching up. And it seems like I somehow got a little off. But it was all matched up before we started moving stuff, so I'm going to choose to believe that it's okay. And then we'll figure it out. Okay. Is that the correct shape? For the most part, yes. Yes, it is. Yeah, it might go down a little bit lower than that. I would say more like here. I kind of... Yeah, it's more like a soft kind of turn up. More like that. think that's more correct. And the way I usually draw it in the chibi version is that the back kind of just like goes straight across the back. So I think this matches pretty well for what we need. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. I got some loops messed up here. You need to come here. Yeah, I think number-wise I just got a little off somehow. I'm not 100% sure. I bet it's just because the difference between the numbers of this part, because I mostly just looked at the shoulder loops rather than the arm loops. So we might just have to go in and do some editing with that. It's just a fun multi-thousand piece puzzle. It's great. We love it. So fun. This definitely isn't the part of the job that I do that sometimes makes me want to rip my hair out. It's fine. Void, do you have any parts of your jobs that you do that are like that, where it's like, okay, I don't hate this, but it's definitely the part that is the most tedious? For me, it's definitely this, where I'm just kind of like, alright, I don't dislike it. It's a fun puzzle. I like it. But if I could have a computer, you know, help me automate this a little bit more, I would be very happy. I would be very happy. Okay. Yeah, that actually looks pretty good with the way that shapes out. And we can move it around too more. I moved the body proportions around a little bit too, so this isn't matching quite right anymore, but we can go in and fix that later. Yeah, because I flattened. I was doing some anatomy fixes later. Oh, writing the first drafts of blogs you don't care about? That makes sense. I don't like writing first drafts is kind of, yeah. What would qualify as a blog you don't care too much about? Yeah, first drafts were always like, the way I wrote papers in college was always like, I wrote the first draft and then I would edit as I went, so it was like I was basically writing a final draft as I was doing the first draft, which I don't know if that was the most effective thing I could have done, but it's how I wrote things, and I did fine in college, so yeah. Oh, 5 years in. Oh. And that's 5 reasons why the Nutcracker's a holiday favorite was not one of your favorite, a blog you did not care too much about. I can see why that one was maybe not the most exciting content for you to write about. That's a pretty kind of like almost like BuzzFeed top 5 reasons kind of deal. What did I do here? I brought this one all the way up to the top one. I see why I did that. It's because I didn't have this solidify feature on yet, so I wasn't thinking about where the vertices were actually going to match up. We're going to have to add another... We'll do that later. Yeah. But very BuzzFeed. You became a BuzzFeed writer for one blog post. Okay, so I'm matching the hood more than I'm gonna match the body here, because the hood is what we're gonna try and like connect this to eventually. So I want to care more about that rather than what I did for the body loops. It would be nice to match the body loops, just because that will give us some good like deformation for the shoulder, like right there. The fact that I'm ignoring that might be a problem. I might need to add another loop in, because we might get some weirdness on the shoulder because it's cutting in weird. So we'll have to experiment. It's part of the process. You make the puzzle and then you have to break the puzzle. It's a great time. Now, Zoster, what's your favorite blog that you've done? I'm trying to think what my favorite thing to do that I've worked on at work was. I did a bunch of, like, in this vein. I did some animal retopology. That was pretty fun. That was, like, very different. Like, I did a rabbit, and that was pretty fun. I also got to do all the animations for those, too, which was really cool. I liked doing animal animations. That was just very different, very fun. Humans are just really hard to do topology for because, well, they just are complicated. You got a lot going on. Ooh, that sounds really cool. Day in the life of a dancing, rehearsing. That's cool. Whatever ballet. That's super cool. That would be really fun. Yeah, that would be fun. Do you get to like interview the people for that one? That would be really cool. Yeah, that would be really enjoyable to write, I think. Yeah, somehow I just got one off on the hood. I don't know how I did that. I matched up really well, except for one. Yeah, because this one needs to go here. And I need one here. Okay, we're gonna match up the body with here, and then we'll fix the hood. I think that will be an easier thing for us to do. I'm glad it's so fun, Zoster. That's awesome. I'm glad you have a job that you enjoy. That is always very helpful. Okay, so I want to match up with the shoulder here. So, Okay, so I have the neck loop here, and this is where I'm having so you can see here, this is where I'm having the start of the shoulder loop. I think we're just gonna have to start, because I'm starting one. What I could do is have this one come down, loop down, and connect here, and then this one will come across. I think that's what I can do. So if I did boop. That should match. Do I need to put... See, I'm not matching the shoulder perfectly, but I'm trying to just keep things kind of similar. So I could do something like this. Does that mess things up with the hood? No, actually. That actually works out pretty well. Okay, so we have that connected, and we can add some more stuff in if we need it. And then I want... This one will connect. Now we're a little off in a few spots. I don't think we need this one. Because this one connect here, this one connect here. That should be fine. We might need it, actually. I'm just gonna try this, and we'll see how we do. Because what we can do here is we'll just drag this down. Come here, vertice. I need to merge you. There you go. Okay. You know, the smarter way I probably should have done this, because this isn't super good practice for me to just have an open thing like this, is I probably should have had... I can probably do that now, actually. If I do this... Oh, this one didn't get merged. Can I pull you guys apart? I can't pull this one apart. Okay. What I want to do here is I'll delete this vertice, and then I'll do this. Because just having like an empty triangle connected is just not... I don't think that's gonna deform very well in animation. So if I do something like this, where I just... This is a little bit better practice. And eventually I'll, get rid of that center line, but that should give us a little bit more to work with and should look a little bit more natural. It probably won't make too big of a difference, but you know, it's the little things. No, I can't dissolve that with the mirror modifier. Okay, so we'll fix that later. Also, I've miscounted at some point because we need one more, one more line. There we go. Now I will do the textures for this character properly, like in an actual like texture map, but I want to see what I want to mock out kind of the color with the I just realized I did something incorrect here. Because that needs to come together. Whoops! I didn't need to do that. That needs to be where the thing connects. Because it's connected up to the hood. That's on me. Oh, I got some extra vertices in here. They have been deleted. Okay. Have I seen Wild Robot? I've not. Is it good? I've heard some good things about it, but I haven't seen it. What is your take on it? It looks super cute, but I haven't heard a ton about it. That might be a fun movie to go see in theaters. I went to go see Wicked the other day. It was so good. It was so good. If you like the musical, it is a very good, faithful adaptation that I do recommend. It was great. Definitely super cute. Good, I'm glad. I like to see more animations like that being made. I think that's really fun. Now the question is, do I want this part to pull apart a little bit more? Or do I want it to stay clasped together? I think I want it to stay clasped together for the purposes of animation, so I think I'm gonna leave it like that. Yeah, I'll have to go see Wild Robot. That might be a fun movie to go see in theaters while it's out. But I went and saw Wicked, and if you like the musical, go see it. It's really good. It's a very faithful adaptation, and I was very, very surprised by how well the singers did. Especially, like, the girl who played Elphaba was great, and then Ariana Grande, like, nailed Popular. So, I recommend. It was so fun. Favorite DreamWorks movie? That's a good question. I have a as a kid answer and a... Oh, I have a couple different answers, I think. That's a hard question. Let me see. So as a kid, like nostalgia-wise, I would say like I loved Shrek 2 as a kid. That one was my favorite movie as a small child. I loved that movie so much. Like I loved Puss in Boots and that kind of deal. And I thought that movie was hilarious. Same with like Kung Fu Panda. I had the whole intro of Kung Fu Panda memorized at one point. I don't anymore. But at one point I did, and it was great. Newer ones, though. I really enjoyed, the new Puss in Boots was really good. It was super artsy. I really liked that one. And then How to Train Your Dragon. I read the How to Train Your Dragon books as a kid, which are very different than the movie. And I love the movies. I'm not excited about the live action. I'm just not. I have a whole spiel about the live action remakes of animated movies. Not a fan. But I'm excited that it's getting, How to Train Your Dragon is getting even more love, and I'm super excited for the theme park that's coming out, and which is why I think they're probably doing the live action movie so they can drum up more excitement for the theme park. But yeah, you must give me the spiel now. Alright, well, some people do not agree with my opinions, and that's fine, but it's a great movie. Shrek 2 is fantastic. It's so funny. It's great. I highly recommend. But yeah, so my spiel about the live action remakes is, one, for Disney's sake, it's purely for copyright. One, it's a money grab and nostalgia for sure. But I also learned a while back that they're doing a lot of these so they can keep copyright for their old movies, because they made copyright law. Like, Disney invented a lot of copyright law as they were like making stuff to protect their own IP, as like the movie industry and everything was kind of getting off the ground. But part of it was you have to keep part of the law, copyright, is that you have to keep making stuff with the intellectual property. You have to keep making things and keep it in use. And so what a lot of these new like live action remakes are basically Disney going, we need to use this again so that we can keep it, and that way other people can't use this intellectual property and like compete with us, basically. Like Pinocchio, they didn't get the live action, like they didn't do a live action Pinocchio, and so it went into public domain, which is why we saw the claymation one, which was dark. But I don't like the live action remakes because it's basically saying to like the general public that, hey, the final art form that every animation should be working towards is live action. Like, you make an animation and then you hope that it gets good enough to do live action. Like, it kind of tells the public what the original thing that we created wasn't good enough. We need to make this into live action so that it's quote unquote better and more modern, which is just like not true. It's not like animation is great and you can do a lot with animation that you can't do with live action. You can like live action is great for some things and then not good for others, just like with every artistic medium. And I don't like this whole new phase because it basically is devaluing animation, I think, which is why I'm glad that we're seeing a lot of like cool animation movies that make people excited about animation, like the Spider-Verse movies. Arcane is huge. Like, Arcane inspired so many like movies art styles, which has been super fun to see over the years, because like Arcane and Spider-Verse showed a lot of similarities. There's the Puss in Boots movie that was like very artistically like very pretty, and looked very similar to kind of like Arcane. So Arcane kind of put this like whole wave of like stylized 3D animation, which has been really cool. It's sad that we don't see a whole lot of 2D animation anymore in American like movies, but hey, I guess that's what anime is for. Really, I didn't see Boy and the Heron. I really wanted to. I just missed it in theaters, unfortunately. But I heard it was fantastic. I love Ghibli films, so I really need to rent that and watch that. It's on my list. That's crazy. That was the first animated film to be nominated for Best Picture. That's really cool. I'm glad that it did, though. That's awesome. I love Ghibli stuff, and I'm glad that he's continuing to make things, even though he's retired 5 times. Yeah. What is Void's favorite Ghibli films? My favorite is I love The Wind Rises. It's one of my favorites. I think it's an underrated one because it's not terribly like whimsical fantasy like some of the other like Ghibli. But it's a really like just a good story. It's just a good simple story. I'm a sucker for stories about like people, like just simply like exploring their lives and you know, telling the lives of just normal people in like an extraordinary way. I just think that's really cool, and The Wind Rises did that, and it's really neat. And then Howl's Moving Castle is great. Love Howl's Moving Castle so much. I've only watched one Ghibli film that I've been like, well, that one wasn't the best. And that was, I forget what it was called. What was that one called? It was made by, Miyazaki's son. So it wasn't like made by the guy that makes all the other Ghibli movies. It was fine, but it was kind of weird. I don't remember what it was called, but basically, the plot is kind of like about these 3 school kids that are redoing their school's like clubhouse. But amidst that, we kind of like learn about this girl's like father who was lost at sea, and she would like hoist up like sailing flags, that kind of deal. And it was just really weird because spoilers for it. The one of the boys and one of the girls end up falling in love, and for a brief moment, for a good solid 30 minutes to an hour, they think that they're related, and they eventually still go, I want to be with you. And I'm like, oh, this is a weird one. This is a weird one. Weird Ghibli. You've only seen Kiki's Delivery Service? Wow. I haven't seen that since I was a little kid. I really need to rewatch it. I know it's adorable, but I just don't remember anything about it. Oh, Beauty and the Beast, Up, and Toy Story 3 were all nominated for Best Picture. Those are good ones. Those are good ones to be nominated. Yes. Only seen that one in the last 2 months? Man, dude, you gotta get caught up in your Ghibli films. I'm sorry to say. That should be your new priority. What did I do here? Somehow I messed up. Oh. Yep, okay. We're gonna just add in another one right here. We're not gonna deal with that. We're just gonna solve the problem as is. we're just gonna do boop, boop, boop. And then we'll cut that across so we get good loops on the shoulder. Neighbor Totoro and Boy and the Heron are your faves. Nice. Totoro is so cute. I love Totoro. It's so like sad at one part. Like it makes me just so sad, but it's so good. I love it. Oh, recency bias. Hey, sometimes that's gotta happen. Like, I get it. I love, the new, like, I saw the new Avatar movie, Way of Water, and I love that movie. It was so good. I saw it in theaters. Love that movie. A lot of people thought it was boring and slow. I don't care. It was pretty. And I am biased, and I will take it. I need to see Boy and the Heron. I heard it was fantastic. It's on my list. Yeah, it's been, I'm trying to think. I could probably, I only count only a few movies I've seen in theaters since COVID. I saw the Puss in Boots movie. I saw Avatar: Way of Water, Willy Wonka, now Wicked. I really haven't seen very many movies in theaters since COVID happened. They don't watch Lord of the Rings regularly. Fair. That's so fair. They don't watch. They're not used to the extended versions of Lord of the Rings, huh? Yeah, it was so pretty. It was so well done, and I liked the story. I liked all the characters, and like, I just thought it was really fun. It was very different than the first one. I liked that about it. And that it was like more of like, I don't know, it was way less of a military movie, I guess. I just liked all of it, and like the whole themes around family and everything. I thought it was nice. It was just so pretty. We love the whales. Yes, both movies are very different but wonderful. I loved both of them. Yeah. They inspired me a lot when the first Avatar came out, like, because I just, like, loved that world so much, and I loved how real it looked, and how much, like, love and care was put into making this, like, sci-fi world that no one had seen before. I just loved it. It was just so fun. They did a good job of that in the new Wicked movie, of like doing some world building and adding on to like what you don't see in the musical. It was really fun. You've never seen Avatar? Really? You need to watch them. They're really fun movies. They're just really pretty. And they have some cool action scenes. I do like them a lot. How did I mess this up? This one needs to connect to this one, I think. Here, we're just gonna do this and fix the puzzle later. Dune is better than Avatar? I would agree. I'm not fighting you there on that, Starfish. Dune is definitely better than Avatar. I completely agree. Dune was fantastic. I saw the second one in theaters, and it was so pretty. It was so pretty. That is a good movie. And they're doing, like, the story is so weird, and I love it so much. Yeah, I love Dune. The second one, a lot of people also said that one was slow. But I love, like, political intrigue and character development, so I thought it was great. Milanoff, please. Please go see some movies. Please. You're hurting me. Pain, Milanoff. Pain. They're fighting. The Void is fighting. It's a strong case for you watching Dune, Milanoff. You have some movies to watch. You have some homework. I think everyone's got some homework after this stream from what I've learned. We all just need to go, like, why am I streaming? We all just need to go watch movies right now. We got good movies to go watch. Now, here's a fun question. Worst movie you've ever seen? Mine? Jupiter Ascending. It was a bad movie. Terrible movie. Awful. And a close second, the, one of the new, whatever the newest Fantastic Beast was, or maybe not even the newest one. There was a Fantastic Beast that came out. I was thinking it was the second one. Oh, that was a terrible movie. So bad. Really? That's fair, Lenoff, but I recommend it. I think you'd really like, Worst letdown. Just worst. I wanna hear all of them. I wanna hear all of them. The new Star Wars is pretty bad. Those are, I don't know, like, yeah, that one probably, those would probably list up there for me. The new Star Wars are pretty rough. Worst movies though? They're not great. They're not the worst. No. I mean, the third one might rank up there. It's pretty bad. The I don't even remember what it was called. Whatever 9 is. I don't even remember what it's called. That one's a pretty bad movie. 8 and 9 are pretty atrocious movies. I did not enjoy them. Oh, Warcraft movie? I heard that wasn't good. The video game movies are rough. There's a whole genre. I feel like that's a whole genre of movies that should have been good and just were not, unfortunately. Like the Assassin's Creed movie. That was not a good movie. I tried. It tried. It was not. I seen Gus? I've not. A donkey that joins a soccer team? That does sound pretty bad. B-movie? Also rough. Also rough. So many memes came from it, though. Oh, the Aragon movie? See, I was a child when I saw that, and that got me into reading the books, so I can't be too mad about those movies. I actually can't remember which came first. I don't remember being mad about those movies. Same with like the Percy Jackson movies. The Percy Jackson movies, that's what got me to read the books. So like, I can't be too mad at those movies, even though they're very different. Oh, you aged out of it? That's fair. They are bad. I know they're bad. But they got me to read the Percy Jackson books, and for that I will be forever grateful. because I loved those books so much as a kid. They were fantastic. Okay, somehow I've messed up again with my edge loops. I don't know what I did here though. Because that one comes here, and then, yeah, I did this right. I don't know what I did wrong. I think I just need another one here. I think that's all I'm missing. The Marvel movies. Oh, wow. Yeah, which Marvel movies are we classifying as the worst ones? Oh, me too, man. The new ones are rough. I think the last Marvel movie that I saw and liked was the new Spider-Man movie, and that was about it. The new Thor, atrocious. So bad. And then I've stopped seeing them. Yeah, it was bad. I completely agree. It was one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I will die on that hill with you, Milanov. I saw a movie poster for our new Captain America, and I was like, you're still making Marvel movies? Wow. It's bold. I would have stopped, Disney. Just stop. Just be done. Let it die in peace. No. No, the endings are always kind of rough. It's true. Doctor Strange was mediocre. It didn't know what it wanted to be. Like, it couldn't decide if it wanted to be a horror movie or not, and I think that was its detriment. It wasn't like... Yeah, it just couldn't decide. Like, there were parts of it that were really fun, but it just couldn't decide what it wanted to be. And I think that's what was the biggest problem with it. Yeah, that's looking good so far. I'm happy with that. I want to turn this into yellow just to see what this looks like. So we're just gonna add I don't have the yellow actually like saved, so we're just gonna eyeball it. Here, wait, I can actually get this from I can get this from my own thumbnails. Very helpful. I want to get the right color. I can match. Okay. So now I should be able to put the hex in. Yeah. Ooh, okay, so that's the right yellow. Should be. It looks a little off, but that's okay. Everything looks a little weird in Blender. Okay. Yeah, that's looking cute. Yeah, that's not the right yellow. We'll fix that later. That's fine. That's looking good so far. I think we have some good edge loops too. Yeah, they weren't in character. It was, yeah. It was Wanda's movie. Yeah. It made me mad to watch. I'm sorry to hear that, Zoster. It was a rough time. It was a rough time. It made no sense. The whole movie made zero sense. I completely agree with that. Yeah, I would agree. Because they build up these characters and then they don't do anything with it, and it's a bad time. It's a bad time. Okay. That's looking good to me. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna finish out this back and then we can work on some of the other stuff. I also want to mold out to, like, I don't want this to be so indented on the shoulders. Like, that's following, like, you know, the form of the body, but that's not what I want. I want it to feel like it's a little bit of like a thicker material, I guess. So I'll probably add, yeah, like I'll probably add the same modifier that I added before to the hood and just kind of add that in. I also want this like flatten out a little bit because it's a little bit more on the flat side. Yeah, that's more like what the shape is than what I drew. Nope. I think that looks alright. We can mess with that more later. Turn the hood back on. There we go. I didn't see the new Black Panther movie. I have not seen that one. Was it fun? I didn't hear anything crazy about it, so I didn't actually go see it. I think by that time I had kind of sworn off Marvel and like all the new Star Wars stuff. Discuss new sequels yet? I don't think so. I mean, we mentioned Shrek 2, which is fantastic. But I don't think we've talked about new sequels in general. Trying to think of good sequels. All the How to Train Your Dragon movies are pretty great. I'd say all of those are kind of a win. Other than that, oh, this didn't get changed to wireframe. I thought I pressed that. Oh yeah, Ballad, Songbirds and Snakes. Yeah, yeah. I love all the Hunger Game movies. They're so good. They're great. I'm a big fan of those. Oh, I would love to be able to just copy and paste this. Will it let me do this? Because that would be fantastic if it did. Nope. I know there's a way for you to like copy and paste just like individual faces, but I don't know how to do it. That would save so much time. Here, actually, can I do this? Can't rip. Come on. Would love to just here, what I can do, because I want to save time, And it would be really nice to be able to save time. What I can do is I can add that. It's not, okay, it's not on the right axis. Ooh! Okay, so I'm just gonna copy and paste this, and then we're gonna do, oop, -1. Come on. And then there we go. I just want to copy those Why can't I rip those? Please. Just let me. It's not gonna let me. Okay. That's fine. I'll just delete things the hard way. Did I get everything? I think I did. What else is there? Oh, okay. I need to delete all this. I just want to save time. Oh, there's some extra stuff down here. Whoopsie. Is there anything else that I'm missing? No. Oh, bye, Zoster. I hope you have fun at dance class. That's true. TV shows get better, and then, yeah, that's true. It is interesting. Plots for TV shows get better while movies get worse. Yeah, that's very true. It is a weird little phenomenon, isn't it? It usually takes a couple seasons for a movie to get, for a show to get going, but a movie that's like you have one shot kind of deal. It is interesting. I'm sure it has something to do with money. Okay, I'm gonna put a shrink wrap on this. Then I don't have to move. Oops, how did that doesn't look good. Never mind, that's not gonna work. We're gonna have to move this all manually. That's okay. Here, what I can do is I can do this in skull mode. That'll be easy. Slowly but surely, we will get this matched back up. I just didn't want to have to do it all over again. It's exactly the same. I'm trying to think of shows that, like, I didn't love in the first season, that it was just like you have to get through it, and it was worth getting through like a bad first season. I can't think of one off the top of my head. Hi, Hyperperil. How are you? We're talking about movie sequels and TV shows and all of that. Yeah, we were talking about the worst movie sequels we've seen, the best movie sequels, the whole thing. It has been a fun topic. It's been some good debates and agreement. Mostly agreement, to be honest. Okay. So I think that's matched up pretty well. I'm just gonna delete. Here, we'll do this by hand. I am working on the shoulder pauldrons right now. So right now I'm working on trying to get the shoulders to have good topology so that they can move around a lot. Oh, thank you for the reminder, Hyper. So I'm working on that right now, and so basically I'm trying to like just, because the front and the back are the same, I'm just like copying and pasting the vertices, so I don't have to do them again. Because I don't want to do it 500 like the same work I did twice, you know? So yeah. It's been good. It's been good. It's coming along and I'm pretty happy with it so far. So I'm trying to get things to like match back up. It would probably make sense. I just don't know what the best way for me to approach this is. I think this works. Here, we're gonna do this. Might be a little hard to see on stream, but I'm basically matching the new vertices with these old ones right now, so that I can get kind of the same shape. Yeah, okay. It's not gonna match up perfectly, but I'm okay with that. I just want it to look, you know, vaguely the same. Cool. I think I'm okay with just calling it there, and then we'll fix stuff as we go. Okay. We'll go ahead and merge this. Oh, I missed some stuff. I thought I had gotten it all. Apparently not. Okay. Now I got it all. So now I can merge this. If I go that, then join. They'll merge together. Oh, I want... For some reason that's Cape, and that's Cape 1. Okay, whatever. Move that back in there. You are now officially just Cape. Oh. That's it to do. Okay. Oh, I got some random vertices up there. They escaped me. Okay, so now we're just gonna delete all these spaces. I don't need them anymore. And then we'll merge everything else together. I think this is correct. Something's wrong with the collar. Something isn't right here. Okay, we're gonna delete this because I messed up something. This needs to be like this. Can I? Ah, won't let me fill? Why? Oh, because it's not. There he is. I'm like, why won't you let me do it? Those aren't together, that's why. Now will you let me do it? Yay! Okay, now we just need no more tries. We go in, we clean. Clean up. Shoulder squares are being mischievous. But that's okay. We will persevere. We will win. They will not defeat us. I'm gonna leave that there. We're gonna delete stuff anyway. Okay, so see, this is where I'm having problems because the hood topology is different than what we did for like in the neck and stuff. So we're gonna have to figure out how to match some of this up without going too rogue. Okay. Never back down, never what? Never back down, never what? That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this one here, and then I will bring so what? Let me look at some of these edge loops. Yeah, that's not supposed to be how it is. Why won't you let me rip it? Please. So what I want to do here is I don't want on. So so you can see here, this edge loop goes across fully the shoulders. Let me make sure that's matching up with the body, the way edge loops work. So if I did edit mode here, and if I click the same place that this is looping, it should look fairly similar. Yeah, so you can see they're looping kind of in the same spot, and this one comes down and goes here. So the loops are kind of doing the same thing, but if I click on this one, it goes down around the shoulder, and so that's what I want with this neck one, because this one loops all around, and so that's what I want. So currently we don't have that. So we need to add that into our hood. Yeah, because right now I don't have a loop just going around the hood, and that's going to cause problems, I think. So what I'm going to do is connect this one going downwards, and then we'll add this as a loop around the whole body, or hold the whole neck, and so things will connect well when we connect everything, and animate well too, because I don't want the hood and the neck to look weird. So we'll do this, connect that like so. So now we'll have this loop. So now that's doing the same thing that the body was doing. So now the shoulders will move correctly. And then she has a very flowy neck. I wanted it, when I designed it, I wanted it to feel really long. You can see in the character design, she has a really long neck. And I wanted to have her have this like really high collar of like lace almost. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for. When I do the textures, I'm really excited to do the textures of the collar, because I think that's gonna look cool, and it's not something I can include on the chibi version. So I'm excited about that. I have like a version of the Void Mage where I detailed all the lace around the collar, and I thought it looked pretty neat. So I'm excited to reinvent that. Yeah, lace. I'm excited about it. I think it'll look pretty. And the way that I'm modeling everything too will let me like create different like outfits and stuff for her. So I'm really excited about that too, because that can be something I can work on in the future on streams. Is like you guys can vote or like help me decide on different outfits to make for her. Someone I was talking to joked that it was basically making Overwatch skins. Yeah, there it is. Like Overwatch skins. Which I think would be really fun, and I always loved Overwatch skins. I'm recently back into Overwatch, but I always loved Overwatch skins in high school. Like one of the things like when I was younger, I thought doing skins for Blizzard would be really fun. I originally wanted to do concept art, and then I discovered I didn't really want to illustrate and do concept art for 40 hours a week. And now look at me. I do a lot of illustrations now, which is very funny. But yeah, I love Overwatch skins. They're so fun. Yeah, I wanted to be a concept artist for a really long time. And then I found animation and I liked it a lot better. I thought it was really fun. And I like doing stuff like this where it's just kind of like, I love game dev with the puzzles and like being super finicky with stuff. I just think that's really fun, and I love illustration and doing like character design. But I like doing character design a lot for myself. But I've been thinking about opening up commissions someday. I think that could be really fun, opening up commissions for like character designs, or even doing like 3D models like this someday. I think that would be really fun. But we shall see. Right now, I'm way too busy for that. But someday. Someday, maybe. There we go. So now we have a loop that will go completely around the neck. Yeah, there we go. Edge loops, edge loops. Thank you. Yeah, I think it would be cool too. We'll see. We'll see what the future holds. I definitely didn't think I'd be doing what I do now for my full-time job. So we'll see. We'll see what the future holds. You never know. Okay, so we have the neck. Now the question is, it might not match up fully with the hood, but that's okay. That is a problem we will get to. No, actually, no, look, that's gonna match up. Ha 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 ha, we win. Haha, I win. What's that from? Oh, Emperor's New Groove. I was like, what am I quoting here? Emperor's New Groove, that's what I'm quoting. The cat at the end is just, haha, I win. I love that movie. Also a good movie. Weird sequel, good movie. Alright, so we just need to do this last little bit, and then we'll have the shoulder pauldrons completely done. Which should be one of the more complicated parts, since we need to get the, oops. Yeah, it should have been, it probably was going to be one of the more complicated parts, since we needed to get the shoulders to match up with the edge loops. So it should be a little bit more smooth sailing from here. Yeah, woohoo! The mouth will be a pain. The mouth and eyes might be a pain. So we might have some stuff that we need to fiddle around with there. But I think the rest of this, like, cape should be pretty easy. That's like just a big, giant, like, rectangle. Cool. Alrighty. So now I just need to connect these vertices. There we go. And then can't see the ones I need to connect here, so into awful mode. Oh, I didn't count this right. I missed one. Whoops. That should not be connected there. Ha ha ha, my bad. We fix. I need one more edge loop here. Yay! Okay, so that's all done. So we're gonna fix that with sculpt mode. We'll just pull that down a little bit. This is my brain going back to the topic of sequels, but also what tends to be like, I don't know. I think generally things tend to be better with sequels as video games. Like, I feel like sequels are generally like a hit with video games. Like, we get a lot of them. And I can't think of like, there's only a couple that I feel like are just absolutely bombs of like sequels. I don't know. I don't know if you have differing opinions on that, Void. Yeah, some of them. I'm trying to think of bad video game sequels now. But my brain isn't coming to anything right now. There definitely has been, like, I feel like some of the Pokemon sequels aren't amazing, but every Pokemon game is basically a sequel at this point, so there's good ones. There's good and bad. Pretty much, yeah, there's just so many franchises, it's hard to say. Yeah, that's fair. Already a large established fan base. Yeah, that's very fair. I don't know if it's necessarily a bad thing. Yeah, I think lumping video games in with movies a little bit more than like the way TV shows work with sequels makes sense. What is BDSP? Is that Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl? I'm surprised that was brought with criticism. I think it was, I know the art style. People didn't like the art, the chibi. I thought it was cute. Was that the only criticism people had? Yay, that looks cute. Woohoo! Yeah, that matches up really well. I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'd agree with that, Millimel. Yeah, the video games can do something a little bit more different. They can have a little bit more of a spin on their sequels. Or movies have to be a little bit more in the box. I get that. Definitely, Breath of the Wild definitely alienated me as a Zelda fan, so I get that. Oh, they remade. Oh, I didn't realize they didn't fix the problems that Platinum fixed. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, I would have been mad about that too, because Platinum was way better. Was fantastic. Very weird. Yeah, purple color. We have color now. Yeah, that's looking good. The pauldron's looking good. I think that matches really well with the, the concept art I have. So, and if I need to move things around, we're at a stage where that's pretty easy by now. I do want a little bit of a lip to it though. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete this one. And then I'm going to take this and then extrude. Along normals, please. Oh no, it's gonna mess everything up, isn't it? Okay, what's the best thing to do here? Edit mode. Take that and then we'll separate selection. And I'll take this. I will add modifier and I will add, wait, do I have a mirror modifier in this? Yeah, okay. I'll add a modifier and I will do, what is the hood of a mirror modifier? Okay, it does. Cool. I will add a solidify. Cool. And now I don't really need a fill. I only need a rim. So we can see now that I have an extra little thing around there, the edge. Yay, because that's all I wanted. So I want this to feel kind of thick. So we'll do that. Oh no, it's twisting. I wonder if I have a problem with my normals. I do. That's definitely what's happening, is I have a problem with my normals. Because if I switch this on. Yep, there it is. There's the problem. Okay. Mesh. Normals. Okay, that side. There we go. So now that should fix everything. I do want to do the solidify again. Only rim. And then make this a little bit thicker. Yep, that looks good to me. I want an even thickness. Yep, there we go. So now that's gonna have a little bit of a look to it, and then we'll go ahead and apply that. Edit. Yay! And let's make sure the merge didn't mess anything up. I think I have some extra faces in here. Yep, there they are. I'm like, I think there's a problem where the mirror was. Because it's trying to add a lip. where we don't need one. There it goes. Cool. And then there's probably extra faces back here. Yep. Because the mirror modifier is messing with the solidify as well. Can I do this? Nope, that's gonna connect everything. Cool. Please, let me just get this face, please. You know, the easier thing would be for me to turn off the body. That would be the easy thing for me to do, to be able to see. That would help. We're using our brains tonight. Woohoo! Yeah, now I need the dangly bits. You're right. Now I need to make the little, like, loopies. In the original concept art, I think I'd made those super complicated, and then I went, no, they're just gonna be little loops. The original little guy I drew on a name tag, though, didn't have those. Those were an added thing. The original Void Mage I drew on a name tag because I was bored at an event. So I drew it in a name tag, and it was a chibi version of the Void Mage, and then it was really simplified and didn't have any color. It was just black and white on a name tag, and then I added in the loopies and that kind of thing, and so it went from chibi to full body to chibi again. And that's the current Void Mage. Yeah, we're using our brains here tonight. We're doing great. The edge loops will not foil us. Okay, so now I can join these back together. Da-da-da. So now I can do... No, this is what I want, right here. Yay! Okay, so now this... I don't think I'll do... I don't know, I probably add a solidify, I'll probably delete... I don't know how I want to do a solidify on this guy, but we'll figure that out later. I probably will add one though. It's variations of the Void Mage. What does that mean? What do you mean meme format for that? I have so many of the emotes and the thumbnails. I don't know quite what you mean by meme format for that. But I like where your head's at. Well, the eye's just kind of there, kind of spooky. There we go. We fix. Oops. There we go. It was just clipping in a little bit too much. Which, it looks like a lot of this is clipping in a little bit more than we would like. There we go. There we go, that's fixed. Might need to move some of this out a little bit more. There we go. That's a little bit better. Galaxy Brain Void Mage. Oh, I understand. I understand now. Got you. That would be funny. Yeah, the VTuber will be Galaxy Brain, or will the chibi, the chibi we have now be the galaxy brain. These are the questions. Which one is the final evolution? Is it this one? Or is it the good old classic chibi? Because, I mean, the chibi is pretty great. Why am I even making this? Let's stick with the chibi. No, joking. But the chibi, pretty great. Okay, so the arms protrude completely from this. So what we can do is we're gonna take this and then just, nope, that's not what I want. I want this, and then we'll just go straight down. Can I Z-lock this, please? Yes, yes, yes! Beautiful. We're gonna have to do some... There's some clipping problems. We'll fix. Chibi is go. Yeah, I figured that's what it would... Well, that's what the consensus would be. The chibi is pretty great. I'm very partial to the chibi. And who would have thought? Just a random little thing I drew when I was bored at a random event would become, you know, my little icon forever and ever. Can I get this, move this without messing everything else up? The answer is yes. Yes, I can. Nope. There we go. It caused problems. Please, let me have the one. There we go. Okay, so now we have that, and we can do, pull this down a little bit more. I just want it to match up with that first loop we have. So we're gonna have to pull all this back out again. Please. There it goes. I like using the sculpt tools a lot when I'm doing like topology and modeling, because it just makes things easier. Rather than doing it all by hand all the time. There we go. We'll probably need to do some editing with that. But that's a good start. And then we'll take the same thing and do it again. I would like to Z-lock you though, please. Thank you. This will not stay. So probably what I can do, I would like to Z-lock it, and then I will do a little bit of this. Trying to think of the best way to like approach this is, and I think it's just gonna be extruding a bunch. And then we can mess with it and make sure everything is like arranged correctly. I'm just gonna kind of eyeball how many like edge loops I need. I don't quite know how many this is gonna need to like look nice. And we're gonna make these like out rather than just draping straight down. Yeah, I think it's looking neat. I'm happy with it so far. Okay, so that's probably a good spot. And then we'll go into sculpt mode. That's probably going to be the easiest way for us to kind of like modify some of this. And what I can do actually is I can take this because it's not connected yet. I can do this. And then go into sculpt mode and mask. Can I have a mask, please? I don't quite actually remember what I can do to mask. Where's the button for mask? Because that's where it is for texture painting. Can I turn that on and then go to sculpt mode? Nope. I don't actually remember how to do a mask. Never mind, we're not gonna do that because I don't remember how to do it. Nope. But I don't want to do a box mask, and I don't want to do... Nope, that's not gonna... Can I? Oh, that's not what I wanted. Alright, that's gonna be more pain than it needs to be. So we're just not gonna do it. Time for a quick Google? Nah. Normally, yes. Normally I would Google it, but meh. I think it's gonna take more time than it needs to be. Here, we're gonna actually turn on some fall off. Can I turn on? Alright, it already has that. Okay, never mind. We'll just do this. I'm just trying not to get that in there too. As you can see, I'm moving that versi, and it's not doing what I want it to do, unfortunately. So I think we're just going to go in here, and then we can turn on proportional editing, and that might actually be the best way for me to do this. If I turn this up, it's still moving when I don't want it to move. There we go. That's more like what I wanted to do. Proportional editing is nice because it's basically like sculpt mode, but it's a little bit more control, which is nice. Or not more control, but just like it's a little bit different, which is still very helpful. Proportional editing is really nice when you're doing, what's the word? Blend shapes, which is what we'll be doing when I have this thing all rigged up and I can do all the face, blend shapes. Oh man, this is gonna be a mess of topology. This might not have been the best way for me to approach this, actually. I'm gonna delete some of these lower ones because these are just gonna be a mess. Okay. Because you can see like all the vertices are starting to like bunch up. It's just gonna make it really hard to work with. And try to get the shapes we want when it's like that. Alright, so that's a little bit better. Come here. Okay. So that's a little bit more matched up. It's starting to look like, because of the Topology, like, you can see the wireframe, it looks like she has fringe on her, like a little poncho. It looks cute. Okay. Poncho Mage. Okay. We love the smooth tool. It makes everything easier. Smooth tool is great because it just like lines and like proportions everything really nicely. So I don't have to worry too much about like when I'm actually doing this, like trying to get really smooth lines or anything like that, because I have the smooth tool. So it'll do it for me. It's great. Now, with a character like this, it probably would have been better for me to do her in a full T pose than an A pose. So like normally in games you see like this, like a T pose, and then sometimes you see A pose, which is like what she's doing right now, where the arms are a little bit lower. So like T pose are good because it's your full range of movement and kind of like already have your like static pose for full range of movement. A pose is like you're a little bit more natural. It's a little bit more relaxed. So it's like, it's just like, it just depends on what you're doing. I've seen lots of differing opinions about which is better online. Yeah, smooth and ridges and lumps or grooves or bumps. She's got nothing going on there. But yeah, so that's why I have her kind of like is more at rest pose than a full T pose, because that's normally how you should be modeling and stuff like this. So I'm gonna bring this out a little bit more to like kind of really meet that A pose. Why is it not letting me grab these last couple edges? It's being weird. It struggles, so sculpt mode struggles when there's not like a ton of topology, because it's meant for like really high poly like kind of like projects. So yeah, that's probably why it's being a little weird. I want it to feel like when she's at rest, it does feel like she has like arms underneath there, even though she doesn't. So we're just gonna kind of try and match a little bit of like what the form would look like. But I also am going for a little bit more like a stylized kind of deal. So right now we're having like, there's not enough like edge loops. We have all these edge loops lined up here, but nothing is right here around this edge, so it's gonna look all kind of like spiky. We should be able to fix that, but that's gonna just take a sec. I don't want this to feel like so oblong. I'm gonna bring this out a little bit more. I wanted to like kind of drape a little bit more. I'm having a hard time with the fact that I don't have like edges for some of this stuff, so I might have to come back to this a little bit later. So I have a good shape going on the bottom here. I just need to actually get that to like match up. I didn't really like make this match with the intention of an A pose in mind, which was probably not my smartest move. With an APO 2, like actual fabric would like pull on the back a little bit more and it would get thinner. But I want her to have a lot of range of movement, and like I don't know, volume wise it would keep that. And you know, like she's a Void Mage. The physics don't need to make sense. It's fine. Okay, that's looking pretty good. We save. Okay, so now I think the best way to go about this is to, first off, I'm gonna make these edge loops match up. I'll add in edges where we need them. Then we kind of need to plan where some of these like ends are gonna go, because I don't think I'm gonna have it all just drop to the ground, because I want this kind of loop look to it. I'm gonna delete this though. That's just gonna cause problems. And then, yeah, because we need like this look. So I think what's gonna happen is that, so this is gonna loop around, and then this all needs to drape down and then loop around, I guess. But the smartest way for me to do that is, I don't know. I think what I can do is put one here and then here. I can start looping things in a little bit, like this, where things will just coming to the edges and just kind of looping in. I don't know if this is the best thing I can do for animation though. What honestly probably would be the best for animation is for me to just keep extending it downwards and then curve it in like the, yeah, that's probably the best I can do. So if I do this, And then what I can do here is I can do this. We're gonna have to fix that. Manually. Okay, so what I can do is I can take this edge up. Come on. Yeah, it's not gonna do what I want it to do. Okay. It's gonna be a pain, and that's fine. Okay, we're gonna do this manually. Okay. Let's move all this stuff up a little bit. You know, proportional editing might be helpful here. Not this. Nope, that's gonna move everything. Okay. What would be the best thing to do here? Is for me to take this so that I can stop having to deal with trying to not worry about messing up the shape so much all the time. Is I can do this and then separate selection. Okay. So now I can take this and move it without having to worry. Now I don't know if this is the best way I can be doing this for animation, or if this is like efficient or not, because I've never rigged a character like this. It's a pretty unusual case. So it's gonna definitely be an experiment of what kind of works well and what doesn't. And I'm excited to see her all rigged up and see what that looks like. Thank you! I appreciate that. I think she's looking pretty cool too. I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out. It is struggling with getting some of these lower vertices though. He's got a cape. Honestly, the split in the back is kind of cool. Do I keep that? I kind of like the split in the back. I kind of think it's cool. I don't have that on any of the designs I have of it, but I kind of think it looks neat. I might keep that. Yeah, it is better mobility. She can be a little bit more mobile while flying. Very moth-like? Yeah. 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 Hi, Pixel. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, we're in Blender. Good old Blender. Yeah, she does look very moth-like right now. I'm enjoying it. It's good because I love moths, so I'm not gonna complain. Will it blend? I don't want to put her in a blender. I don't think she'd enjoy that. I don't think that would go well. Her being blended, I don't think would go well. Could I make a blender simulation in Blender? Probably. Probably would be cool. I've seen some of those simulations where people will like do like the cloth and have it like drop on things, and that's pretty neat. The first Ian run. Yeah! She's a Sky Kid. I love it. She looks like she's from, the way I'm doing this, she kind of looks like she's from, Journey too, which is made by the same company that does Sky. Being in a cool cloak is just a good trope. And I love it, and I will not apologize. Yay! That looks cool. I am pleased. Everyone loves a cool cloak. It's true. That's why they sell so many of them at the Ren Fair. Everyone wanted just to look cool in a cloak. Why did cloaks go out of fashion? That is a travesty. I do not like that. I think cloaks should come back into fashion. It's winter. It's time. Alright, this is not... We can rejoin this together now. Join. There we go. So now what I can do is I can line everything up now. So that lines up with this one. This one. This is puzzle. We're back in puzzle mode. Okay. So we're gonna, I think I'm just gonna cap off all of these. I just want to keep the shape of this. Basically what I'm doing is just keeping the shape of this loop because I think that looks nice and it matches kind of the concept art a little bit more. So, but I'm gonna loop, I'll probably just delete, no, I want to keep this edge loop because I want to keep this looking. And if I just go down one, I won't get that clean edge loop. I probably will. Is that going to be easier or harder? I don't know. Let's just connect it and then we'll see where I go with that. It might be easier for me to just like connect these here and then, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. It's a puzzle. We love puzzle topology. It's great. But it will look cool when it's animated. I'm excited for that. Ooh, you got a cloth with for making a cloak? That'll be cool. Oh, good night, Hyperperil. Sleep well. I hope you have a good rest of your evening and you sleep well. Yeah, the extreme logic puzzle. Extreme logic puzzle is coding. At least for me. I love coding, but it's definitely a logic puzzle. Okay, almost messed up here. I started messing up because I like the shape I did for the I want the inside shape, but I want the outside dimensions, I guess? If that makes sense? Here we go. Give me more codes. I should do, I've thought about doing a coding stream. But I think like I just sit and stare so much when I code. I would have to have like something really in mind to do a coding stream. But I think it would be a possibility. I think it would be fun to do a coding stream. Like doing stuff in Unity. But I'd just have something like really like prepared, I think, because I feel like I wouldn't be 100% like confident enough to do it. Yeah, cozy co-work stream. Yeah, it could be a co-work stream. That would work. I use Unity. Yeah, that's what I use primarily. I have been thinking about getting into Unreal, which would be cool. I've also seen like lots of good things about Godot. The only thing is I've spent like I've bought some like good, not art assets, but like good system assets for Unity, which I would really like to make use of, like for like dialogue and stuff like that. So I almost feel a little like stuck using Unity, but they rolled back some of their atrocious licensing policies recently, which is good. That was pretty crappy, so I'm glad that they revoked all that. But yeah, I write in C# in Unity. So that's what I know, but I'm definitely would be interested in like learning new stuff too. Yeah. The sunk cost fallacy. Well, yes, when I've paid, you know, money for the thing and I've already developed a lot in it, it's hard to want to switch, but that's the whole point. That's why they want you to buy stuff in their system. Yeah, Godot looks neat. Unity did get me. It's true. Same with Adobe. Adobe, Apple, and Unity, they all got me, man. They've all like significantly got their claws in me for using their stuff. But yeah, at least I'm not paying for my Adobe subscription. I have my job pay for my Adobe subscription, so it's fine. And no Apple computer. I did break free. I did break free of the Apple computer. I'm getting there. I'm getting closer to freedom. They own you, your soul. Yeah. They own my whole family, that's for sure. Both me and my dad have Apple Watches. My whole family has Apple iPhones. My mom teaches the Adobe suite, like, as her job. So, yeah, they really do owe me and my entire family. But what you gonna do about it? We're stuck. We're stuck with it. But it is cool to see that there's alternatives coming out now, too, for all of this stuff. Yet. There is hope. There is hope. Hey, I made the switch to PC, and I've been loving it, so there is hope for me. Okay, so I think the best thing I can do here is just delete these, because this isn't the shape I want anymore. And then we'll take this and then just extrude downward one. And that should get us the nice clean edge we need. Boop. Yay! So now that we have our little edge loop, I just want to make sure this is going the correct way. Yay! Oh, this got disconnected. We'll fix. We fix. I could have chosen Linux. I know nothing about Linux, dude. I don't know about that. Yeah, Adobe is so, yeah, expensive. Yeah, it is very pricey. If you're a student, it's a little bit, their student pricing isn't awful. At least when I was a student, it wasn't. It might have gone up by now, but it's, yeah. It's expensive, but it's, we love having industry standards that are just exceptionally expensive. It's a great time. Woohoo. I think that will change in the future. Okay. We fix. I love the smooth tool. It makes everything go by so easy. Yep, it's true. Everyone learns their platform. It's a smart system. It works for them. If they make themselves, everyone professionally learn their stuff, then everyone has to pay for their stuff. And suddenly you become this industry standard. And so everyone has to keep learning your stuff, and that's how you get universities in on it. And it is definitely a smart business strategy for sure. And I'm just glad that we're seeing, okay, I think I messed up here. Oh, yep, there's the problem. Some, like, people make their own software. It's very cool. Ooh. Oh, no, I messed up. There we go. Are we fixed? Do we fix? I think we fixed. Yay. Okay. Much better. Merge by distance can be your friend. It's true. I know it exists and I never use it. I know. I always forget, like, it's a thing. And I, like, don't want any of my other vertices to get merged by distance. But I have it on with my mirror modifier, so there are sometimes, do you ever like have a tool that you're like, I know this can help me, but I just keep forgetting it's a real thing, and so I just like don't use it. That's what happens to me with the merge by distance all the time. So thank you for the reminder is what I'm saying. I forgot that it existed and it will be my friend. Okay. Good stuff. It's good stuff. Okay. I feel like there's other tools and other like products that I always forget about. And I'm always like, oh, that would be helpful. If I just learned to use that, that'd be great. Okay, so I don't love how few vertices I have around this corner. I would love to like smooth this out a little bit. I think it'll be fine in animation because we have so many vertices. But I just want to make sure this like is even, I guess. There we go. I messed up a little bit. There we go. We fix. I want to keep that, make sure I keep this edge. I was starting to, you can see that I'm starting to lose it. So let's just go ahead and indent that again. There you go. I was smoothing out so much that I lost that definition of that. So might have to fix that again a little bit. Oh man, I didn't realize what time it was. Spread the Blender torture. What do you like to make in Blender, Pixel? More like spread the Blender, like, you know, edification. Blender's the best. Anything and everything? Nice. Heck yeah. Anything you're working on right now in it? Okay, I think this is looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. So what I'm gonna do now is add a solidify. And we'll just do an only rim, even thickness. Cat. Oh, yeah, no worries. Have fun with your cats. I hope you have fun with your kitty. She is calling, and the cat cannot be ignored for sure. Yeah, please do post your stuff, and I would love to see it sometime. It'd be super fun to see what everyone's working on. I always like to see what people work on, It's just fun. I just like seeing other people's stuff. But I hope you have a good time with your cats. Okay, is that everything? I don't think I need... Do I need to only rim this? I actually think I want this to be one big solid thick piece. Because I think that will look, when it's moving around, it will look like it has a little bit more like a weight to it. Because I want it to kind of look like almost like a heavy cloak. Maybe not that heavy. Boop boop. There we go. It's a good quote. Bye! Okay. Yes, I'm pleased with that. The question is that gonna cause problems on the interior of this? I can't tell. Let me look. No, it doesn't look like there's faces inside of that. No, I think we're good. There's no faces in there. Good, good, good. I thought the mirror modifier would mess with it. It might still, though, when I press apply. But I think that looks pretty good. I'm just gonna keep that not applied, though, for now, just in case I want to edit that. But let's quickly, I'm probably gonna call things there, because I think that's a pretty good stopping point. Because we had the whole cloak done. I'm really excited that we got the whole cloak done. So let me turn this to not wireframe mode anymore, so we can see what this looks like. Oh no, everything's yellow. We fix. Oh no, Zeal. Okay, we're fine. Okay. Wrong material. We fix. Oh, I made multiple materials. I don't want that. And then I want this actually to be yellow to match the... There we go. That's not exactly how it's gonna look in the actual thing, but hey, I think that looks pretty dang cool. Everything, I messed up my materials. I've caused problems. This is gonna bother me and I'll forget to do it, so let me fix quickly. Select by material. There we go. Okay, so we should be able to get rid of these two now. Yay. Awesome. Yeah, that looks looking so good. I'm really happy with that so far. We have some editing to do, and I'll definitely, I need to add in the little danglies, and... Oh, I got wrong material. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so we need to do the little danglies, and then do the, interior skirts, and the belt, and all of that. So the, body will be a, you know, the pink with the belt and the sash. But the skirt will be probably our next kind of big thing to tackle, but it'll be honestly really similar to the hood, and we don't have to connect it to anything, so that'll be helpful. We need to connect the hood to the cape to the hood, which we've already set ourselves up really well for that because we've matched the hood's geometry. And then what we need to do is add in the mouth. So we'll add in the mouth on the wireframe. So we need to do the eye loops and the mouth loops next time. So that will just be deleting these and just kind of going in and adding in just a couple things. I have a little guy for reference. So like we're gonna be using AR kit, Apple's AR kit for face tracking, and so I have a little reference here on like some good like mouth topology that I'll be using as a reference. Thankfully our eyes are so different so we don't have to quite do this, but the mouth topology is just a good reference of how they do the loops. They also have all of the, if I click on this guy, it's kind of fun. They have all of the blend shapes, which we'll have to do eventually. So these are like things that we'll have to like, I'll have to rig up on my guy. So if I have, so this is how I've been doing lots of research, how like my phone will know like what to do with the motion capture. So I'm really excited to like try and like do this because I think it'll be really neat. Because I haven't done, like I've done some stuff with blend shapes, but nothing this complex. So I'm really excited about it. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how the cape came out. I think that's looking really good. And it's like the correct shape, and I think it brings a lot to the character. It definitely looks more like the Void Mage. And then when we add in the skirt, oh, it's gonna be so cute. It's gonna be great. I'm so excited about this. And then we'll actually do all the textures and stuff. It's gonna be so fun. It's gonna be awesome. I'm really excited about this. I'm actually gonna move it all up a little bit so that she's standing on the ground plane. There she goes. Objects at origin. Origin to 3D cursor. There you go. Okay, so now that's centered and everything else can stay where it is. Cool. Alright, so I'll definitely be working on this again in the future. Yeah, I'm excited about this. So we'll keep working on this. I'll just keep plugging along and I'll probably keep streaming it because eventually I want to do a big long like time lapse. I think that'd be cool to post on the YouTube channel, is to post a time lapse of me working on this and doing the rigging and everything, and maybe stopping every once in a while to kind of explain what I did. We'll see. We'll see if I do that much editing. It'll probably just be a speed thing. But I'm excited. Yeah, definitely a time lapse for sure. That is definitely going to be a thing. And I'm excited about it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Oh, Miri's here. Miri's here to say goodbye. Hi, Miri. Hi, buddy. You saying bye to the void with me? Do you want to actually look at the camera, or are you just going to show them your butt? Come here. Come here. Void cat. She's purring like crazy. She does not want me to hold her like this, though. Come here. Oh, she just wants pets. So, yeah, she's waving by with her tail. You can't see her right now, but she just wants to sit in my lap. So my cat is also calling for attention, so I must go. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I will be back. I won't probably be able to stream for the next week or so, so I'll be back. Not next week, but the week following on Monday. So yeah, it'll be a little bit before I can stream next, but I'm super excited for next time I'll stream. We'll see what I feel up to doing next time. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. It's been super fun, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening or whatever time it is. All right, see ya, boy. Bye.